What's up, Inland Empire? I'm Jessica Q, your host, and What's Up, Inland Empire is a show about providing you guys with resources, with events, fun things going on in the IE, and of course, interviewing local leaders. And today, I'm very excited to have Jackie from Feeding America Riverside, San Bernardino here. They are feeding America, but feeding Riverside, San Bernardino, which is Inland Empire. And I just want to say, I'm a firm believer that nobody should ever go hungry, ever, for no reason. Like, food should be accessible for everybody in the world. And so, I'm excited to have you, Jackie. Let's talk about Feeding America.
Yeah, we're totally excited to be here as well. And because we are saying the same thing, we do not want anybody to go hungry. We do not believe food is a luxury, as it kind of is right now. So we are here to kind of change that. And that is our mission, to alleviate hunger here in the Inland Empire. So thank you for having us.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for coming out, and we're excited to, learn more about your program. So, I mean, let's just dig right into this. So, can you give us a little bit of history of Feeding America? How long has it been around?
Yeah, so we've been around for a little over 40 years now.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah, we started off as Survive Food Bank, very tiny. We were doing about 20,000 pounds of food a month at the time. We have now gone to over 1 million pounds of food every month.
Wow.
So we are now Feeding America Riverside, San Bernardino. That is our full name. It's a little lengthy, but we want to make sure we show, what we do. Yes. So we are part of a network of over 250 community partners that are participating with us.
Okay.
And we have programs from all over and for everyone, okay, from kids to seniors. So it's awesome. Really exciting. We've just kind of blown up. I mean, it's not the greatest thing to hear, because that just means the need is increasing.
Yeah.
Right. But it's great that we're able to kind of go towards that need.
And now, if somebody is hungry, mm-hmm, How does it work? Like, how do they get a hold of you to get food?
So there's a variety of different ways to do that. So like I said, we have a little over 250 different community partners. These are all kinds of nonprofits that run different distributions. So this is monthly, weekly, bi-monthly, whatever the case may be. They are all nonprofits, so they kind of run however their resources allow them to. Okay. Right. And they are all over Riverside and San Bernardino. So they can either give us a call, or they can go on our website to feedingie.org. Okay. And go to our Get Help page. And on there, you can put in your zip code, and all of the food pantries and different organizations that are close to that zip code pop up, and you're able to give them a call and find out when they have their distributions.
Okay. And are they usually, the distribution, is it usually like a weekly thing, daily? Like, how does that work?
Well, each one is a little different. Some of them are open every day. So that way you can go in there and do like a choice, and you can kind of pick. Some of them are run monthly. So every first of the month or every second Tuesday of the month, whatever the case may be, then they run it. Some of them are able to do it weekly, just depending on their resources and how much they're able to. Sometimes they are run strictly by volunteers. So we all know how volunteering, sometimes you have less, sometimes you have more.
You never know.
Exactly. So they have to kind of base it on that. But they do, for the most part, all of them have to at least be once a month.
At least once a month. For you to partner with them, yes, and provide them the food.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And so we like to think of ourselves as like a Costco for the food bank, for the pantries, right?
Okay.
So like we're a bank.
You got
right?
the bulk. You got the bulk food.
Exactly. We have the bulk stuff.
Okay.
And so we have all the donations that come in. We monitor all the donations that come in. We check everything for food safety, make sure nothing is open. We check all the dates, everything, so that it's ready to go for our community partners to take and distribute out to the community. So that's, and that's part of being with us, is that they're able to do that and go out anywhere they need to. And we want all of, whoever needs it to not have to use additional resources to have to get food. So, if they're in Moreno Valley or they're in Hesperia, they don't have to drive all the way to Riverside, where we're located, to get the food. They can go somewhere that is hopefully down the street or maybe a mile max or 2 away from where they're at.
And so you guys hear that. So Hesperia is Inland Empire, but it's not Riverside, San Bernardino. So do not be, afraid to reach out if you're not in Riverside and just San Bernardino, because they're providing food to everybody in the Inland Empire.
Yes. So Hesperia is part of San Bernardino County. So
Riverside County, San Bernardino County, which both are Inland Empire.
Exactly.
That's what makes the IE.
Exactly.
Those two counties perfect.
So we do, So anywhere inside of those 2 counties, we should have a community partner. If we don't, we as a food bank are trying to fill in those gaps. So we have some of our programs that we run that try to fill in those gaps.
Okay. Now let's talk about food insecurity and, I feel like it's getting worse, right?
Yes.
You guys see that too, because you're the ones that are providing the free food for the families that can't afford it.
Yeah, definitely. Last year, the number of people who were food insecure here in the Inland Empire were about 400,000 people. Wow. It has now increased to 600,000 people.
What? Over 500,000 people are hungry in the Inland Empire and need help. Yeah. Wow. We're going to go to a commercial break and we're going to come back and talk more about that.
Do you need help reaching more customers? At NB Media, we're a full-service advertising agency offering social media marketing, Hulu, Spotify, billboards, photo shoots, radio, TV, and websites. To see what else we offer, visit www.nb.media or call 951-777-1947.
All right, we're back. Thank you so much to our sponsors. Because of our sponsor, we're able to have shows like this that bring you guys the resources that are going to make your life better. And so we're here with Jackie with Feeding America, Riverside, San Bernardino, Inland Empire. Yes. And so please,
and the other thing is 1 in 4 of those that are food insecure are children. So this is
heartbreaking.
Exactly.
1 in 4 of the 600,000 people that are hungry are children.
Yes.
That need food.
Definitely.
Wow.
So that's part of what we do here. We're trying to make sure that everybody has that access, because food insecurity is not knowing where your next meal is coming from, not being able to have 3 adequate and nutritious meals every day. And so, sometimes the kids are only able to get food from school, but what happens when they go home? What happens on the weekends? Or what happens during those breaks where there is no school? So that's where we are trying to bridge that gap.
And how do you guys, connect with the community? How do you let people know? Because I feel like a lot of times, that's why I started this show. I wanted people to be able to find, resources like this that can help them. But a lot of times people don't find out about the things that they need, especially food. So how do you guys connect with the community to let everybody know that, hey, we have food. You don't have to be hungry.
Yeah. So we do a lot of outreach. We go out into the community. We do things like this podcast that kind of showcases to everyone. We go out and give presentations, and we are always at different events to show that we're there too. It's not just, the churches that are, obviously the churches are coming in and they're getting food from us and also distributing it. We want to make sure that those partners are the ones that we're pushing them towards.
Yeah.
We do a lot of capacity building as well for all of our community partners. Mm-hmm. So we want them to be able to reach more people than they're already reaching. So that's a big part of being one of our community partners.
Now, you have like a variety of programs, right? Do you want to, is there any specific programs that you'd like to tell everybody about?
Yeah, so all of our programs are kind of focused more on a certain group, right? So, for example, our seniors. Our seniors are a group that seems to be forgotten sometimes.
Yes,
and it's very, very sad. They are, they have a limited income, and with the increase of all the prices of everything, their income doesn't change, right? So we're there trying to help them out. We have 2 very specific programs that are dedicated to them. Our first one is our senior mobile pantry program.
I was going to say, because most seniors also can't drive. So how do they get their food?
Yes. So that one is one, we have different locations every month. That they can go to all over the Inland Empire. So if they just go on our website, they can just find out what city we're going to be in. And we are usually in a senior center or a senior apartment complex. The mobile distributions are open to the public. So we're not going to sit there and say, oh, you're too young to receive food. You will still receive food.
So if somebody 35 shows up and they're like, I want some food, you're not going to deny them.
We're not going to deny
Obviously,
them.
they're hungry.
Exactly.
They're showing up. So
Exactly. So we're not going to sit there and say no. But we will, but we are, like I said, we focus it on seniors. So it's on senior sites, senior apartment complexes, those kind of places. The other one is our Nourish Now program. That program used to be called Hero. That program started back with COVID. HERO was an acronym that we had for Homebound Emergency Relief Outreach Program.
Okay.
And so with COVID, we did see that there was a need for an emergency for those that couldn't go out. They're seniors. They should stay indoors. They should, be safe, all of that. And so that's why. But now we've transitioned for it to be called Nourish Now.
Okay.
Because we don't see it as more of an emergency. We see it more as trying to keep them nourished, right? Yeah. And so we're pushing towards more of a holistic aspect of everything and being more strategic in what food we give, especially to our seniors. So all of this food is going to be healthier. It's still going to be shelf stable items because they travel a little better.
Yeah.
But it's going to be low in sodium, low reduced fat, whole grains, things like that.
So you take into consideration that it is actually nourishing food.
Exactly.
So it's something that has the vitamins and the minerals that they do need to be healthy.
Yes. Okay. And so that program, it's still a homebound delivery program. So we are still delivering the food to their homes, directly to their doorsteps.
That's perfect.
We're using the help of Amazon, DoorDash, and volunteers.
Oh, wow.
So it's amazing to be able to partner with people like that. Because,
the Amazon and the DoorDash, those are pretty big partners.
Yes. So they're a huge partner, huge part. We've done, since the start of it, we've done over 8,000 deliveries.
Wow.
Every month we do approximately 500 deliveries. So
a month, 500 deliveries. Okay.
Yes.
When did you guys start the Nourish Now or Hero program? That was during the pandemic?
Yes, at the beginning of the pandemic.
Okay.
Yes, that's when we realized the need, because we just kept getting calls about, hey, I'm a senior, I can't go to that distribution, or hey, all of the distributions you're having are drive-throughs. I don't have a car. I'm a senior. I can't be going into strangers' cars to just go get food. And we didn't want that. We wanted them to stay as healthy as possible for as long as possible. Okay. Right? So that's when we started our Hero program. But like I said, now it's being transitioned into our Nourish Now program to be more intentional, be more nourishing. And that's what we're focused on now with that program. But it's still going out to those that are in need, that are homebound for whatever reason, whether they're disabled, they're senior citizens that just can't go out. They don't have anybody to go and shop for them.
A lot of people don't have cars.
Exactly.
It's really expensive to have a car right now.
And the
expensive gas, that's a whole nother story.
Exactly. So, and again, that's the same thing when I say resources with our seniors, right? They might be able to go to one distribution, but that may not be enough. Right? Or they can go to the grocery store once a month, but it's not going to last long enough. So we're there to at least give them that supplemental to be able to add into whatever they do have. And they don't have to go out as often or try to find a ride or whatever the case may be. They can at least say, okay, at least I'm getting this box delivered to my door.
That is amazing. That is so beautiful. What a, touching organization, feeding people that are hungry. That's so amazing. Now let's talk about how you're getting the food, how do you guys get the food, and can, people that do have extra money to donate, how can, people get involved and help out?
That is a great question. We do get food from a variety of different donors. So we have the bigger stores like Costco, Target. We have a few different partnerships with them that donate a lot of their bulkier items. We also have community members and community organizations that hold food drives. And so we appreciate all of that. And all of it comes in. We check all of it before it goes out again. So they can always bring in anything, any kind of donations like that. We also take monetary donations. We are able to stretch out all monetary donations. $1 helps provide up to 5 meals.
Wow.
So, I get stretched out to the max because about 95% of the food that we get is all donated. We only purchase 5%. And from that, those funds that we receive from donations or from grants, whatever the case may be, that's where those purchases come from.
Okay.
Because we want to be able to supplement whatever we have, what are we getting donated, whatever we're missing, right?
Yeah.
So that's what the best part about those donations is that we're able to kind of, if we have an excess amount of pasta, let's go get pasta sauce.
Yeah.
And so we'll be able to have like that, holistic way of doing it instead of just, figure it out.
Yeah.
Right?
But just try to figure it out. We're going to go into a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Do you need help reaching more customers? At NB Media, we're a full-service advertising agency offering social media marketing, Hulu, Spotify, billboards, photo shoots, radio, TV, and websites. To see what else we offer, visit www.nb.media or call 951-777-1947.
Once again, thank you so much to our sponsors. We can't do the show without you. So thank you so much for making a difference in the Inland Empire, and Sound with Jackie with Feeding America, Riverside, San Bernardino. And I'm just, I'm in awe with your guys' organization and what you do and making a difference, especially when it comes to food. Because it's, food is, you need it to live.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
So now let's talk about ways people can connect with Feeding America, that they can volunteer, and how they can donate if they'd like to donate.
Yeah. So in order to volunteer, all of the opportunities that we have are online at feedingie.org. You just go to our Give Time page and you'll be able to find all of the opportunities. We have a variety of different opportunities, from volunteering in the warehouse to helping us sort the product. We are always taking volunteers to go out to some of our distributions. And we also have volunteers that help us with our Nourish Now program, so they can also make those deliveries that we're not able to with Amazon or DoorDash. So they're also able to do that as well. So definitely look those in, all of the instructions and everything.
You said what the website was?
feedingie.org.
feedingie.org. Okay.
So on there, they can, sign up and figure out whatever works best for them and their time. In order to donate funds, if that's more, it's easier for you, then also on our website, you can do that as well. You can also become a monthly donor. Anything helps. Those, like I said, those donations allow us to be able to grow our programs and feed more people and give them more specific food than those that are being donated.
Are people able to donate food? Like, let's just say I'm asking for a friend, okay? But you clean out your pantry and you're like, oh, I have a lot of stuff that I don't eat anymore. Maybe like you're on a diet or whatever. Are you able to donate food? Like just an individual come in and donate food?
100%. You can donate anything that you have as long as it's not open or used. We'll take it. And like I said, we check the dates, we check all of that. So if you have it, bring it in. We'll go ahead and go through it to make sure it's still good to go. We don't have any issues with that. So definitely bring in whatever you can.
I'll let my friend know.
Yes. The other way you can do it too is if you can also use that same Get Help page to look up any of the organizations. All of them also take food.
Okay.
So if something is a lot closer to you than trying to come all the way to Riverside.
Now let's talk about where you guys located real quick.
So we're in Riverside. We are on Jefferson. It's 2940 Jefferson Street. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
2940 Jefferson Street
That's good you remembered
Riverside.
it.
Yeah. So we do, I know we have one distribution a month for our seniors. That's one of our senior mobile pantries that is actually located in Riverside.
Oh, okay.
So we do
but
have
that's
that
also
one.
where they would go to drop off.
Yes, that's
Or if
where
they have a check and they want to donate, right?
You can come into the food bank and donate the check, cash, food, canned food, whatever the case may be. We also have a program for those that have like trees, fruit trees, or any kind of like garden is essential like that they're not able to kind of harvest all the food. They can actually reach out to us and we can send volunteers to go out there. It's our gleaning program. So that they're able to go out there, pick the fruit, pick whatever that's needed. And they actually it also gets brought right back to the food bank so that it can go out to the community.
Fresh produce. Yes. And I'm sure it's pretty organic if it's coming from somebody's home, right?
So it's always great to be able to do so. So that is also one of the biggest ways that they can, a lot of people, they're like, yeah, I have all these trees. I don't have the time to pick the fruit. You can have it if you want, but you have to come get them. Okay, we can do so. We can go ahead and send some volunteers out there to kind of help.
If you got food, they will figure out a way to come and get it.
Exactly.
I love that. That's perfect. Yes. And last but not least, if there's any last things that you want to tell the audience and also how they can stay connected with you on like social media platforms.
Yeah, so we are on all the social media platforms. We have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all of the above, TikTok. You can find us all at Feeding America IE. And please follow us. That's where all of our updates happen, whether we have distributions for our Thanksgiving, for Christmas, for any of the cases that we may have. Everything goes on there. Please follow us. Any updates that we have for the food bank, any exciting news, it all goes on there. So please follow us and, let us know if you guys have any questions or anything. We can always answer them there as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you, Jackie, and everybody that works with you and volunteers for what you guys are doing. That's so amazing. So if you guys are watching and you ever find yourself in a situation that you're hungry, you don't have food, know that you don't have to go hungry because we've got Feeding America in the Inland Empire here to take care of you. So thank you again. And thank you so much for coming on the show. And
thank you for having us. We are really excited to be here.
Yeah, me too. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So be sure to stay connected with Feeding America IE or Riverside San Bernardino. And I'll see you guys next week.